between the small government Tea Party and the tenured Republicans' approach to fixing this nation's fiscal mess. Here now is Utah Republican Senator Orrin Hatch. Senator Hatch, it's a pleasure. Welcome back to Freedom Watch.
Well, it's my pleasure to be with you, Judge. You do such a great job, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. What is your reaction, Senator Hatch, to the proposal of your colleague today, Senator Mitch McConnell, to basically toss this hot potato over to the White House and let the president borrow the money that he wants in such a manner that it would require 2/3 of each House of Congress to stop him from doing so?
Well, as you know, I'm in favor of the cut. Let's cut spending like mad. Let's cap spending like mad. Get it down to the 2008 levels, and then let's pass a balanced budget constitutional amendment. That's my approach to it, and I think that's going to be the approach of most Republicans, all Republicans, as a matter of fact. This is the first time we've got all 47 Republicans on a balanced budget amendment. But I will say this, that I know what the leader is trying to do, Mitch McConnell. And it's a pretty ingenious approach, but it's only as a last resort if he can't get anything else done.
Is this politics?
But like I say, I'm for the cap and balanced budget. That's what I think we ought to do.
Senator Hatch, do you think, because you know the way the Senate works, and you probably also have some insight, better than I, into Senator McConnell's mind, do you think this is politics over principle? Do you think he's trying to force the White House hand? Does he really expect that Republicans like you, sound money, fiscal hawks, would vote to let the president go out and borrow $2.4 trillion without some ironclad restraint on what he would do with spending in the future?
Well, that's right. You know, all the negotiation time at the White House, the president was bragging about he's willing to go to $4 trillion in restraint. Yeah, he's willing to go to that years away from now. But he wants $2 trillion in tax increases. They want that now. Well, we learned that in the 1990s. We put together a deal where the taxes were assessed and the spending reductions never came about. And that's what they're doing. It's smoke and mirrors, and they get away with it. One thing that the leader is doing is saying that, look, that game is up, and we're going to find some way of changing it. Cap, you know, cut, cap, and balance is one way. I hope we can be successful on that. But he's come up with this other approach that all I can say is it's ingenious, one way or the other.
All right, here's what I don't understand, Senator Hatch, from the Republicans. Are they willing to permit the president to borrow $2.4 trillion today and spend it in fiscal 2012 in return for promises not to spend money in 2013? Because if they are, we don't know if he'll be president in 2013. We also know that the present Congress, of which you are a member, cannot prevent a future Congress in 2013 from spending whatever it wants.
Yeah, I don't know any Republican who would be for that approach. We're dealing with a White House that isn't dealing straight up, and I think Mitch McConnell summed it up very well when he said the only way we're going to get spending under control is get rid of this president. Whether you like the president or not, and I happen to like him as a person, I think he's been a disaster in this country, and he's going to continue to be a disaster. And the Democrats keep spending us blind, and that's how they keep themselves in power. And I brought out last time we were together, Judge, that when President Obama took over, the bottom 40% of all households did not pay income taxes. That's now up in just 2 years to 51%, the first time in history that a majority of the American people don't pay any income taxes and have no skin in the game other than payroll taxes that everybody pays because that's Social Security. And 23 million of them get refundable tax credits that are a lot more than they pay in payroll taxes. I mean, it's gone off the charts, and it's this administration doing it. We simply have to get rid of this administration.
If the cut, cap, and balance doesn't go through, stated differently, if 2/3 of each House of Congress fails to send a constitutional amendment requiring a balanced budget to the states, that fails to do so, will Senator Orrin Hatch decline to vote against letting the president borrow more money by raising the debt ceiling?
Well, you bet your sweet bippy I will. I'm not going to vote for that debt ceiling. I can tell you that right now. And I can tell you, you know, I'm the senator that twice brought the balanced budget amendment within one vote. Within one vote of 67 votes, the requisite to pass the constitutional amendment. And I've got to tell you, the second time in 1997, we had the votes that morning, and then I was told that one of the Republicans flipped off because the union said they wouldn't support him. And we lost that by one stinking vote. Can you imagine if we had passed that amendment back in 1997, where we'd be today? We wouldn't be in this tremendously colossal mess.
And as I recall, that amendment in part bears your name because you were the first person, at least in the modern times, to propose it. Last question, Senator Hatch.
Yes,
Senator Rand Paul has said that if the president wants to raise the debt ceiling by $2.4 trillion without the amendment having been ratified, that he will filibuster this on the floor of the Senate. Your colleague from Utah, Senator Mike Lee, said he will vote to sustain the filibuster. That is not to interfere with it. How will you vote?
Well, I'll probably vote to sustain it, too. That's my total intention. I'm not going to vote for lifting the debt ceiling unless there's substantial cuts, and unless we cut it, we cap spending, and we pass a balanced budget amendment. And all I can say is that we're a long ways from allowing this president to get away with it again. But I've got to tell you, they control 2/3 of this situation: the Senate, the presidency, and of course we only have the House. And the House is having a difficult time getting their act together. If the House would pass a budget themselves, I'm talking about the House would pass a deficit reduction bill themselves and send it to the Senate, we'd all vote for it.
Got it. Got it. Senator Hatch, thanks for joining us.
Nice to be with you, Judge. Keep up the good work.
Senator Mitch McConnell's